Inukshuk. There, I said it. Hi there, Thak from Thak Ironworks. We are continuing and we're in the home stretch for our chess challenge. A few more pieces to make, and today I've decided to make an Inukshuk. So I'm looking for different processes for sculptural forging. We've done quite a bit of our traditional sculptural forging style, so I'm just trying to think outside the box a little bit. So this one, I thought the Inukshuk might be an interesting project to tackle. So these are structures that are found in the Canadian Arctic. They've been built for the last several hundreds of years, maybe thousands of years, by the Inuit people. That's a culture that has always intrigued me, that these people have thrived and survived in such a hostile environment. And the Inukshuk are structures made out of stones that are used for navigation, for hunting, or just for finding your way across the Arctic, where there's a lot of flat, snowy plains and stuff like that. They'll build these, usually a human shape, and oftentimes with an arm pointing in a direction. It might be pointing at the North Star, or it might be pointing towards the direction you should be heading, or something like that. Anyway, I just did some research on them, and I came across this video. History Television actually did this little 2-minute video, and I'm going to get Eric to put that here. Eric, I'm looking at you right now. So he will be putting a link to that video, so I suggest watch that. It's a good synopsis of what the whole Inukshuk thing is, and fairly fascinating history behind it. Anyway, so as far as our process going, I'm not sure how it's going to go. Basically what I'm going to do is just forge out some rough textured shapes that resemble rocks. Once I've got a nice little pile of those, then we'll go over to the welder and just assemble this thing together. So shouldn't be an overly complex thing to do, but I've thought that before and it's gone horribly wrong for me. So let's just begin. I went to my scrap pile and just grabbed a variety of different chunks, heavier bits of steel that I'm going to use to forge out and just create my random looking rocks. So here we go. Just trying to create a lot of texture and to make it look not mechanically square. So other than that, I'm just going to kind of go for random shapes. I'm not going to really think it through. Just see what kind of presents itself. That's one. Okay, and that's two. All right, so about an hour has elapsed and I've forged out a goodly pile of rocks, all sorts of random chunks, and then I went, after I cooled them off, it went to the grinder and took off some of the edges just to make them less contrived, I don't know, make them more plausible as a rock. So I think that they're not bad. I think in context they will look very much like natural rocks. So I'm just going to get Eric to grab the camera, come up and just pan over the rough rocks here, and then I'll start putting them together. Here we go. I want to get the thing naturally balancing just so it will have a more realistic effect, even though I'll be tacking this together with a welder. Hey, that's kind of dramatic. I think I'm just going to leave it like that. Here we go. Let's weld it together. Here we go. By Jove, I think we've got it. Okay, I'm going to spruce up the welds on the back here, do a little bit of die grinder work to clean them up. And then I think what I would like to do is go to the forge and get these heated up to well above 2,000 degrees to the point where it's burning, kind of like, remember the Easter Island head? And I got that nice crusty rock finish. This is a little tricky because I could easily burn off some of these finer appendages here, but I think I would really like to try to get that surface texture on this as well. This one I'm going to be doing with copper paste. Well, you'll see. Anyway, see you in a few minutes. All right, so I've got it welded together. I went to the Big MIG, put it on number 5 so it could really burn in there, and then just went quickly over with the angle grinder. I'm not taking too much care, and I didn't want to grind away too much of the weld because it's have to hold it together and it's only on the one side. Now I'm going to put it in the forge and try to burn this surface. Little dangerous because these welds are only on the one side there and this thing's quite heavy. When it gets hot, it might heave and fall apart. I might be able to crack off some of those welds. So I'm going to go in nice and slow and hope this goes well. Also, I want to be careful not to burn this appendage off here. So here we go. Okay, I choked. I'm not going to take it all the way to burning. I'm afraid the thing's going to get damaged in some way, so I'm just going to leave it at that. I think it will still crust up a little bit, not quite as much as the Moa from Easter Island head. We'll let this cool off. I'll copper it up, and then we'll do some beauty shots and the exciting conclusion. In conclusion, this is what I've come up with. I did the copper paste on this, so it really kind of changed the aspect of it, but we got a dramatic little guy here pointing and gesturing. And yeah, this was an easy one, about 2 hours, and easy enough, I think, for a beginner to do. You just kind of forge out some random shapes and then place them together, weld it up, a little grinding, a little touch up, and here it is. So that was an easy one. This will be one of our rooks, kind of the counterpoint to the Easter Island statue. So we are in the home stretch. We have one more rook to do and one more queen. Stick around next week. I think I will do the next rook and we'll take it from there. So without any other fanfare, I'm going to say goodbye.